Hey everybody, Dan Alexa from Motivators Personal Training, and the first thing I want to do is congratulate you on making the right decision to join Motivators and taking that first step to a better and healthier you. What I want to do in this video is explain your MAPS testing, and in order to do that, I'm really going to start with what Motivators is all about. Now, Motivators is a place for progress, and all that means is that we don't care where you begin your fitness journey, if you're a beginner or a fitness all-star, because the ultimate promise of any fitness program is progress. Look, you don't need to compete or compare against your best friend, your sister, your cousin. The idea is you need to compete and compare against your former self. So when you take your MAPS test, you'll produce your MAPS score. And a MAPS score is the measure against your the measure of progress against your former self. So there is ascension within the MAPS testing. There is progression to be had. So you start as an action taker to ascend then to an achiever, then to a peak performer, and then the ultimate ascension and progression within our MAPS system is when you ascend to the Motivators. And that's how you get your picture on the wall. So we're going to explain how the MAPS test goes, what you can expect when you take it. There are 8 measurement categories, and we're going to show you exactly how that's done. All right, see you there. Hey guys, so I'm just going to show you a brief example of how this all works with the test. So it starts with the category within the MAPS test. So let's say we were measuring a test of your push. Right, it could be push-ups, and we can scale those push-ups if you were more of a beginner or if you were more advanced. But let's suppose that your before was 5, your after was 7. All right, and we do these in 6-week increments, by the way. So from here to here, 6 weeks. So the difference is 2. Now within each category, there's a point multiplier. So for push-ups, let's say it's 5. And then 2 times 5, you're gonna get 10 points for your push category. All right, so now if we were heading into, let's say, where your body fat, all right, and your before, let's say, was 25%, your after was 22%, okay, that's a 3% difference. The multiplier there, let's say, is 8 points. That's gonna be 24 points from the body fat category. So there are 8 total, and in the end, you would sum, you'd have 34 points, and this would be your MAPS score. All right, so that's just a real simple illustration. There are 8 total categories from which you can accumulate points, and coming up, my wife is going to go through each category and demonstrate the exercise in all of its variants. So if you were a beginner up to the more advanced levels, and show you how to do it to make it the most effective and efficient for you, so you're prepared for your test. All right, hey guys, so I'm joined alongside Catherine, my lovely assistant who doubles as my wife as well. So, so she's going to be helping us out, showing us all the proper demonstration of the exercises that we're doing today. And so, thank you. All right, so the first part of the test is body composition. And with that, we're going to take your weight. We're going to take your body fat using this Omron body fat tester. And after you just input your height, weight, and age, the body fat tester is able to tell you the composition of your body from fat and lean tissue. And then last, we're going to take measurements. And there's going to be 4 measurements of your body collecting the total inches. So guys, part of the MAPS test is also we're going to take pictures. Look, picture documentation, I know it's funny, I know you may not love it, but it is the most revealing. You know, numbers are great, and you know, dropping pants and dress sizes is awesome, but when you see a picture that shows the transformation, it really is revealing. So we take 2 pictures. So Katie's actually, so it would be a front picture up like this, and it's important that when you do it, you spread the legs apart, right? You like to see as much separation, so we're looking for as much contrast of the arms against the wall as possible. So it would be a front picture, and then very simply it would be a side picture down, just like this, standing upright like that. Now Katie's also wearing a good clothing for the pictures. Obviously it's, you know, revealing as much as possible, and we do suggest that. It's going to be the best indicator, and it's just going to help show as much as possible. So that's the picture portion. And also, these are going to be taken right through the Fit Clients app. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you instructions on what you need to download, a simple app to be prepared for your MAPS assessment. The pictures are taken right through that app, and they are never broadcast, shared, posted anywhere whatsoever. So you need not concern yourself with that these are going to be on the internet or something like that, because they won't, I promise you. At the end of this video, you'll see the instructions on how to download that app and what to do with it. All right? The first cardiovascular test is going to be on the rower. All right, so this is a Concept 2 rower, and Kate's going to demonstrate how you get into it. Now notice there is a slide rail, so you always just want to be careful when you take a seat. And you're going to put your feet in. Now it's important that you strap in. Oftentimes, if you were, wanting to get into it quick and you don't strap in as tight, those feet being firm into the foot holders is important. Okay, so what you want to do is engage the handles here, and a good row is, if you remember this cadence, you'll have a good row in less than 10 seconds. Is butt back, pull. Okay, so it goes legs first, and then arms, and then on the way back is, almost simultaneous, but then arms and hips. Butt back, row. Butt back, row. Now, some of the common mistakes that I see with the rowing test are if you're not taking your arms all the way to your chest. So you're only getting a partial range of motion, right? So she does this well. And you're actually limiting yourself. You're going to get further, and it's going to be more effective for you from both a cardiovascular standpoint. You'll really feel it. You need only 50 meters on this rower, and you're really going to be feeling it. But then also that there's a resistance component, so you're pulling. So if you're limiting yourself, you're just not getting the most out of it. So you like to see that full range of motion with the rower. And now the test, what we're going to do on this rower is as much distance as you can cover in 500 meters. Right? So as much distance as you can cover in 500 meters. And Kate would start, and when this console here, the total time says 2:30, we'd read out the total meters right here. Okay, and that's the test. So if that means that you have to slow down for a little bit, if you're going hard at first and then you have to slow down, that's just fine. But what I'm looking for is that total distance number at the end of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's the rowing test. All right, so the next test is going to be for your squat. All right, now there are 3 variations. All right, so the first is going to be for the beginners, is going to be just a body weight squat. Now we're going to use a 12-inch plyometrics box, and everything's going to have some standard for it being a qualifying repetition to make sure that it's done correctly. So Kate's going to do a body weight squat, and this test is going to be 60 seconds. As many body weight squats as you can do in 60 seconds. So what I'll look for is that the butt taps the plyo box each time. Now Kate's showing really good form. Arms are extended, head and back is straight, just like that. So the clock will be on 60 seconds. Now, if you're moving up, it would be the same squats, same 60 seconds, but this time with a 25-pound kettlebell. Just like that, still looking, butt taps, beautiful, nicely done. And if you're moving up from there, it's gonna be the same 60 seconds, and we're squatting with a 50-pound kettlebell. As many squats as you can do with a 50-pound kettlebell. And that's the squat test. So the next test is going to be a pulling test. All right, so the beginning stage for the pulling test is actually going to look a lot more advanced, I know. So Kate's wearing a weighted vest, okay? So, her her badass points immediately go from like a 5 to a 20 when you put that on. But the test is, it looks like this. So she's gonna come and walk her feet down, 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 down. Keep it coming, and what we're looking for is her body parallel to the ground and 90 degrees in the knee. And to qualify for a repetition, she's gonna do rows. She's gonna pull up just like that. Great form. To qualify for a repetition, we're looking for the wrists touch the side chest, just like that. She's gonna do as many as she can in good form. So I would just count them out. 3, pulling nice and high. 4, pulling nice and high. 5, just like that. So these look great. All right, so moving up level 2 within the pull test. All right, if you are a good candidate for this, it is gonna be an assisted pull-up. All right, assisted pull-up with this green band. The way she's gonna do it, all right, is gonna be one knee in the band, just like that. All right, and we're gonna take what I would call a number 2 grip on the cable tower. So to qualify is gonna be, and you can do one, up, nice and high. We're looking for chin above this crossbar, okay? Chin above the crossbar. And one more, up, 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 nice and tall, good, and down, relax, good. And just like that. So that's the level 2 test for the pull-up. All right, so actually I'm going to do the level 3 within the pull test is just gonna be body weight pull-ups, right? So if you can get to a place where you're doing body weight pull-ups, that is a really good marker of a higher fitness level. So certainly, maybe a short-term goal that you'd wanna set for yourself. So body weight pull-ups, right? We're just here. Still chin up above the crossbar, just like that. You like to see a full range of motion all the way down, like that. Okay, and then I don't need to demonstrate it. I can if I was tasked with it. But a level 4 even from that would be a weighted weighted pull-up. So you would dangle 10 pounds, 25 pounds from a vest. Needless to say, that would indicate a very high fitness level. If you can do, as even 3 or 5 of those. All right, so the core test, moving on. Level 1 for the core test is gonna be a body weight plank, and this is gonna be a hold for as long as you can. So the way it would work is you would hit the mat, and this is gonna be a plank from your elbows. And then once the knees go up, the timer would start. And of course, we're looking for a rigid spine from shoulder to heel, holding for as long as you can, breathing normally, just like that. All right, and then when the knee drops, stop the timer. Okay, level 2 for this would be with 25 pounds placed on the back. So this is a bumper plate. All right, position it. All right, in the mid to high back. All right, I'd ask if it's comfortable, relatively speaking. Okay, and just like that. So now she's doing a plank. This would be for level 2. Level 3 would be with 45 pounds on the back, still holding for as long as you can, that plank. Okay, so 3 levels there. Body weight, 25 pounds or 45 pounds. Okay. Now for the push test, level 1 is gonna be a push-up from the power rack. So this piece of equipment is called a power rack, and the bar right now is set up at a certain hole spacing where this is a great training tool, a great method to train a movement whereby, if you can't do a push-up right off the ground, you could do it from here. So Kate's gonna do a push-up where we would look for shoulder width apart, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart in the hand grip. All right, what she's gonna do is slowly descend, contacting her sternum to the barbell. Okay, she stays rigid from her shoulders to her heels. Her body moves as one single unit, and this is gonna be as many reps as possible. As many reps as possible. She's got great form here. The breathing patterns, you would want to inhale in the descend and exhale as she pushes out. Okay, so that would be for level 1. Level 2 would be taking those pegs a little bit lower, right? So we're kind of descending down to the ground. Level 3, okay, is now we're off the power rack, and this would be a level 3, and we're just looking for body weight push-ups in good form. Again, same idea, staying rigid from shoulder to heel, just like that. And then level 4 is going to be with weights on the back, right? You can always make everything harder by just, you're starting to see a theme here, right? We did pull-ups with weights. We're doing planks with weights. Of course, you can do push-ups with weights as well. So, you know, anytime you're looking to scale an exercise and making it harder, sometimes it's not always about just doing more, but making it a little bit more difficult by adding some weights. You've seen it with the weight vests and whatnot. So, good, that's the push test. All right, now for the second cardiovascular test is going to be a 12-minute walk run. It's exactly as it sounds. You have 12 minutes, and in that time you want to cover as much distance as you can between walking and running. Look, if you can run at 10.0 on the treadmill for 12 minutes, then that's awesome. If you can't, then some combination thereof. So the only thing I'm interested in is when this says 12 minutes, what's the total distance that you can cover? Now, of course, if you say, well, I can only walk at, 2.5, a relatively slow pace. She's at 2.5 right now. Then that's fine. What we're looking for is what total distance can you cover between walking and running in 12 minutes. It's good. So I want to show you one last thing about the MAPS testing that really makes it a cool process. You see, everyone has their own personal goals of which they're looking to achieve. It could be body transformation, it could be building up upper body strength, lower body strength, it could be building up their cardiovascular endurance. But what this allows us to do, when we have objective measurements that we can track the progress within each category, we're going to produce for you a report to showing you, hey, listen, if you are looking to improve in your body composition, then obviously we want to focus on the body fat percentage and the total inches lost. And if you said to yourself, hey, you know what, maybe that's not that important to me, but in fact my strength levels are, well, here's your strength tests right here. It's the push, pull, squat, and core. But if you said, hey, you know what I really want to focus on is my cardiovascular health. So we would look and focus on the 2 cardiovascular tests. It's the rowing test and that 12-minute walk run. And the other point that is really important for you to understand is that we will select which level of each test that you'll do, not based on if you can do them with a very high number. So for instance, if you were doing a push test, if I know that you can do 20 body weight push-ups, well, we're not going to do body weight push-ups. We would do them weighted because the idea is that we want to challenge you. So doing 5 push-ups, that's a great test because there's room for improvement. Whereby if you could do 20 already, for you to then go from 20 to 30 is not going to serve you very well. Those extra 10 are not going to do as much as if you challenged yourself, right? So we say to ourselves, if I see you do, a big one would be the pull-up, right? This pull-up category. If your before is 2, let's say a body weight pull-up, that's a great test because there's lots of room for improvement there, right? Because when you get to, let's say 10 and you have an 8 pull-up difference, well, that's awesome. Whereby if you can already do, let's say, assisted pull-ups, if you could do 12, well, it's not serving you very well. So that's an important point, is to understand that we're always looking for the level of exercise that is in fact challenging you to be better. Right? We go back to the beginning. Motivators is a place for progress, and you will only become better when you're challenged and pushed and stretched outside your comfort zone. So that's exactly what we intend to do with our MAPS testing. And as I said, it's going to be every 6 weeks. So you get that initial test, the better the information, the better the data that we have going in, the more accurate we are able to tell your story going forward. So it's crucial that you get your MAPS tests and that you do it consistently. You hold yourself accountable to the objective measurements and progress that you're going to have. So we're excited to have you. All right, hey guys, so I want to show you the app that we're going to be using just to manage all of your MAPS inputs, that you have access to them as well. It's called Fit Clients. There you go. Now, if you have you can download this right from the App Store. The only problem, of course, unfortunately, is that it's only supported with an iPhone and not with an Android. But you would type in Fit Clients, 2 words, and it's right here. It looks like a little red guitar pick, right? So if you downloaded that, you then get to this screen where it asks for your trainer ID, and ours is 1373. All right, that's 1373. Okay. Okay, it'll continue like that. It'll now ask you to log in or sign up. You would want to click sign up. All right. Now you sign up with Facebook. All that's going to do is just pull the information. Again, nothing is going to share, post, or broadcast any of your public information, some of which is kind of personal. We don't really want broadcasted across the internet. Or if you don't feel comfortable with that, perfectly okay, you can just sign up with an email. So I would do sign up with Facebook. It'll say like that. And then from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to ask for some basic contact information. But you'd be set up to, you want to get this set up before your MAPS test. Okay, so App Store, Fit Clients 1373. And just like that, she has it on her phone. Real simple.